truth?
Oh, I'm all ears.
Okay. The truth.
I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
Why do you find it so hard to believe?
Why do you find it so easy?
It's never been easy.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth.
All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing more.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Truthful Talk. This is going to be a very special episode and unique episode in a lot of ways, and I'll explain that in a second. But I'm here once again. I'm Marco DeGeorge. I'm your host. I'm here with my wife, Sam. So,
hi.
Hey, everyone. And the reason it's going to be special, we've been off for a month, and we're coming back. And the reason we've been off, sometimes we take a couple weeks off just for ourselves, but in this case, it was to take care of my mother, and who had lived with us. And last week, she passed away. And so we have been processing that and dealing with that. And, so many people deal with death and elderly and so forth, on a daily basis. It just, it's unfortunately, it's part of life. So it happens. And so I thought it would be good to come on here and talk it through and just let you know what we've been dealing with and our challenges and how we're getting through it. And maybe it can help someone out there. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. Now, my mom, her name was Carmen. She lived with us for the past year and a half. We moved her in with us a year ago, April, I want to say.
Yeah.
And it was just simply because her health was deteriorating. She had Parkinson's disease, and it had been, accelerating to the point where, she was on medication and it was being regulated. But at the same time, her health was declining, and it was clear that she couldn't take care of herself. She needed help. And so as we reviewed our options, it was having someone come down to where she was. She lived about, 2 hours south of us. So it was having someone come in, maybe like a nurse or someone stay with her. An option that she was vying for was possibly moving into some sort of assisted living type of home facility where they could help her with her Parkinson's. Or the third option, which we really wanted and ended up getting, was moving her in with us.
And I'm so glad we did.
I'm so happy we did.
Because she really wanted to go to a living facility.
Well, she was so concerned about, what we went through the past couple months. I mean, She was so concerned that it would be so difficult in the later stages that she didn't want to burden us with that.
Yeah.
And right, I know, but and listen, yes, it was difficult, but I wouldn't change that for the world. I wouldn't go back. There are no regrets to saying, we wish she would have been somewhere else, because the difficulty, a lot of it, it's a big shock to your schedule, because all of a sudden you have somebody that's deteriorating in health. And with Parkinson's, the thing that really, accelerated with our needs as far as caring for her is when dementia started setting in, which is it comes in the advanced stages of Parkinson's. Dementia is part of that.
Not everyone develops dementia, but it does. It's a very high percentage of people that do develop dementia.
With Parkinson's, right?
Parkinson's. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's part of the
and
progression.
She was part of the percentile.
She was part of the percentile that had it. And I had personally never dealt with dementia as far as in a loved one, which is different than Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's, you tend to forget things and not be able to piece things together. With dementia, the best way I can really describe it, it's as if they're jumping through time constantly. It's like a constant dream state where all of a sudden she would think she was back in New York as a young girl, and her parents were going to take her out to the movies.
Yeah. And she was looking for her coat.
And then the next thing is we were going to a funeral. And the next thing is people were coming over for a dinner party. And it's this constant, like a dream, it just morphs into the next thing. She never forgot anything, though. She never forgot who we were.
Right. I mean, she did forget things. She just never forgot who we were. Thank goodness.
Which is what I hear about Alzheimer's, is the forgetting who people are. She didn't forget who people were. She just didn't know what day it was.
Correct. I mean, she would call me her sister's name sometimes.
That's true.
That would happen. But sometimes when she did, let's say, reference,
I know.
When she would reference like her mom.
Yeah. Which she started to a lot. And her mom, my grandmother, passed away 30 something years ago. So, it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it was a long time.
So the few months leading up to her passing, she would ask a lot for her mama. And she would ask me, where she was, where to call her.
Yeah.
Or she was in the room. And then this was daily.
Yeah.
A lot.
She would ask, can you go get her? Can you bring her here?
Can you call her? And she would, show me her phone and can you call her? Can you call her? So stuff like that was really, really tough. But, so she knew who I was, but obviously there was a disconnect because one doesn't make any sense. Right. So,
going back to 2 years ago when she started saying this is going to be really difficult, this is, I think, what she was talking about. Because she had done her research and she knew what those advanced steps were. She knew at some point she wasn't going to be able to get out of bed by herself or walk by herself. And it did reach those points. Now, what I can say, though, is, it is, listen, it's difficult because it's almost like having a toddler again, in the form of it. They need constant care, constant attention.
That's the best way to describe it. It's like having a toddler, not necessarily a baby, but a toddler.
Right. One that walks and wants to get into everything.
And I had to be constantly behind her, 24/7, hey, Ma, where are we going now?
Right.
Yeah. And
just making sure she didn't hurt herself or get into anything that she shouldn't, or go outside when she shouldn't. And so it did. And so here's what it disrupts, because again, going back, we would not have made a different choice. I'm absolutely, I don't even know what the right word is, but I believe in the choices we made, and I feel
convinced that we made the right decision.
Thank you. I was convinced we made the right decision.
100%.
Because spending the time with her and being with her on a daily basis, one, it's cathartic to us.
Yeah.
But two, for her to be around people that loved her on a daily basis, and for her to be around her grandkids, I think, which was very good for our kids, to be around us. And then Sam, especially over the past 6 months, became her full-time caretaker.
Yeah.
And the difficulty there is whatever schedule you think you had went out the window, and your schedule now was 24/7 was caring for
mom.
I took on the business stuff. I took on the teaching and, all the stuff that you would do there. I took on to then alleviate you to do that. And luckily our kids were great.
Yeah.
Our kids really helped out where they could, and they were very understanding of our schedule.
I mean, she became the priority. I mean, I always cared for her from the moment that we all moved in together. That was the whole point, was to care for her. But as far as, 24/7 care, I would say it was probably the past 6 months.
So it was a lot from that standpoint. So it's challenging. It offers its challenges. But I couldn't imagine it a different way. I couldn't imagine her sitting in a facility with people she doesn't really know, or with, you get to know your nurses and you get to know that. But we had in-home care. We had nurses come to the house.
Yeah. So she was on hospice. So we would have nurses visit. A nurse would visit once a week and, make sure she was good and stuff. And it's funny because they offer something, respite care, I think it's called, where, you know, if the family's overwhelmed for whatever reason or just needs time, because it got really hard. Like I couldn't even go to the store.
Yeah.
It was because I had to be monitoring her 24/7 to make sure she didn't get up out of bed because she couldn't really walk. She would get into something. I wanted to make sure she was okay and safe.
Yeah.
So, but they offer that. And I just could not send her to a living facility, not even for a day. I didn't want her to be somewhere, especially with the dementia.
Right.
I didn't want her to be somewhere where she didn't know where she was.
Because she would wake up even here not knowing where she was sometimes.
Right. Like, I mean, yeah, every morning I would have to remind her that she's in her home and she's safe and this is her room and she's with me and you and her family. And it was like a daily reminder of where she was. And she was like, she would wake up not knowing where she was. So I can't imagine her waking up somewhere else not knowing where she was.
Right.
Because at least I would hold her hand and remind her.
Yeah.
Even if she didn't really know, at least I was there holding her hand.
Yeah. And that, I think, was so important because there were a couple times where she thought she was somewhere else, right? Like, why did you bring me here?
Oh, there was one morning I walked into her room and she looked at me and she just started crying, like bawling. Like, why would you leave me here? Why would you leave me here? And of course I have to stay so calm and just like, I would just caress her and just, Ma, leave you where? You're at home. And I had to talk her through it, but she was crying like she thought I had left her somewhere.
And that moment alone, to me, validated keeping her in her home.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if we had actually, like, imagine if we're going to visit her in a facility and her saying that. It's like, man.
Oh, there's no way I would be able to live with myself. And I understand there's people that have to do that. And I completely listen.
Well, listen,
I understand. Like, I understand it.
When the care gets, it's overwhelming. I mean, not everyone has the ability. We're so lucky.
Yeah.
We had the ability that I could take on certain things, that kids could take on certain things, giving you that, the ability to be that caretaker. Because you're right, not everyone has that ability, and you have to do that. I would just, urge anyone that is putting a loved one into a facility, please visit them often. Because when they have those lucid moments, they are aware.
Right.
And please just visit them and give them love. And what we learned with dementia anyway is how to deal with it is you just simply don't correct them. You go with it. Wherever they are, that's where you need to be.
Whatever, and I would call it our daily adventures. Whatever adventure she was on, I was on that ride with her. Like, we would just go on that ride together. We were going to the movies. All right, well, let's go to the movies. Let's get ready. Because, in 10 minutes, she was going to forget.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it becomes difficult trying to, the only reason we would correct them is for ourselves.
Right. Because for them, it doesn't
matter.
It doesn't matter. If she thought she was going to get ready to go to the movies or, go out, it's fine. That's right. Why am I going to sit there and correct everything? All that's going to do is agitate her. We had to distract a couple times when she wanted to go into the kitchen and start cooking or start doing something because she couldn't. Right. She couldn't. And that was the difficult thing. Yeah, because she would get like stubborn about it. I have to. I need to. And like, take me out. So we'd put her in, the wheelchair and then take her out in the neighborhood. At one point, I was literally at my wit's end. Like, I didn't know what to do. It was like hours and hours and hours of this. And, I'd put her back in bed and she'd get back up. And I was like, I'm just going to take you out in the car. I took her out in the car and rode around, I don't know, for 30 minutes or something, and came back and said, all right, it's nighttime. It's time to go to sleep. Let's get your PJs on. And she did. She went to sleep.
Literally like a toddler.
You
put them in the car, you drive them around. It's you revert back to that. It's weird. It's very, very weird. But at the same time, there's something very endearing about it too, about the simplicity of life. And, I'm looking at my mom who has done so many great things in her life and has accomplished so much and has given so much. And here you are, the end of your days, your final months, your final year, and all of a sudden material things don't matter.
Nothing mattered.
No, what mattered was being around the people that you love.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only thing that mattered.
And she always asked about everyone. Literally, her life was always about taking care of everyone.
Yeah, she wanted to make sure everyone was okay.
Yeah.
So it just causes you to reflect. And, death does that a lot. And, I've, been around many funerals, in my life. But this was a little different because it wasn't just the death part of it. It was everything leading up to it really caused me to reflect on what's really important. Of all the daily struggles we go through and the things that we try to fight for and the things that we think we need and the stuff that we accumulate, none of it matters. Meaning it doesn't matter beyond the people you surround yourself with and the love that you have and the love that you give. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Accumulation of stuff doesn't matter. There comes a point while you're living that none of it matters. And it's an interesting thing. Just to reflect on and to say, okay, well, am I living my life in a way where if I died tomorrow, I would leave something beyond just material things?
Yeah.
Is there a legacy? Is there something to remember? Is there a gift that I've given others that will be passed on?
I'm glad we were able to. I recorded a lot of conversations with her, like during her last few months. Ask her questions. I mean, I think these are awesome things.
Yeah.
That are gold to have, to be able to go back and listen to just conversations with her. And she was in her non-lucid state, and a lot she was okay, So I want to go back. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I want to go back
please.
to the living facility.
Yes.
And again, I know a lot of people have to resort to that. But in my experience, we had hospice, and hospice is awesome. Everyone always says hospice is amazing. Yes, hospice is amazing. But I can tell you, there's something different in the care that you give your loved one that somebody else that is not. And we did have a hospice nurse that went above and beyond.
Yes.
Right. But I did have some that would come and when we had to change her, were a little bit more rough. Just because I think it's their daily
job. And
it's their daily job and routine and
it's
stuff.
medical to them. They just, yeah.
Yeah. And it made me in those moments so grateful that she was here and that I was the one that got to change her and do that type of stuff, and not her being in some facility and having other people do it. Because there's just a different type of care and love. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. And I mean, just even, I was very busy with work still, unfortunately, but even the ability to go in there in the morning and spend time with her and come home between my teaching and go and spend time with her, and late at night even going those just small moments that I might not have had if she was somewhere else.
Right. No, because you would go after class, you would come home and say goodnight to her every night.
Yeah. And spend time. I would try to make her laugh every day. That was my goal, is I wanted to make mom laugh. And
you did. You made her laugh a lot. You actually made her laugh a lot.
Oh, we share the same sense of humor.
She had a very dark sense of humor, you guys.
I love.
When I say dark, she had a dark sense of humor.
Oh man, I that's where I get mine from.
Yeah. Say, hey mom, what do you need? I need you to cover my face with a pillow. She would say stuff like that, just okay, mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a very dark sense of humor.
It's very, very New York sarcastic wit.
Oh, yeah. And she would say that. It's her New York sarcasm.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Sarcasm, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. So on the topic of being a caretaker, because I knew what that was. And it's just, it was simple, right? Like before when we would have early conversations about it and, becoming a caretaker. Yeah, we're taking care of somebody while they're living with us. And for the first year, it kind of went as expected. We needed to put some time, we had to be with her and spend some time with her, and which was amazing because we got to spend time with her and watch TV and eat meals together and do those things. And yeah, we had to take her to her doctor's appointments and, be there for certain things. So yeah, it was intertwining with our schedule. But I really understood it watching you over the past several months as it declined, and you had to, like, when I say 24/7, you were there with her in the middle of the night. You were there with her. Like it was nonstop for you because she needed medication at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. or whatever it was, or she would have a bad dream and wake up. And I mean, you were there, including you were sleeping on the floor next to her on the night she passed. Whatever it was, I remember you got up and you went and.
Yeah. I mean, she was my mother-in-law, technically, but she was more like a mom to me. And I told you she became my best friend.
Yeah, you guys were tight.
I mean, I had a routine with her. It was 24/7. We were always together.
Yeah.
I loved her.
Yeah. No, I know. You guys became so tight. And you would wake up and Sam would...
to the point where I literally changed her.
Yeah.
I took care of her. That is like a mom to me.
Yeah.
There was no, that's why, and I know we've talked about this before, there's no blood. There is no nothing. Like, family is family. Family are the people that are freaking there for you all the time, And we were together all the time. We were family, and yeah.
Well, her life was literally in your hands. I mean, you were...
I have never cared for someone
at that level.
Yeah,
yeah. Or you had to give them her medication.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of medication between her Parkinson's medication and her hypertension medication and whatever else there was, right? There was all this different stuff. You had to regulate that. You had to deal with that. You were dealing with the doctors. You were dealing with hospice.
I learned a lot. I learned a
lot.
Medically, I learned a lot.
You learned a lot.
I can see why a lot of people might go into nursing or into the medical field after dealing with something like this. Learned a lot about Parkinson's, which is a horrible disease coupled with dementia. But yeah, that's why I couldn't sleep at night. I mean, I think I got a good night's 100% sleep where I didn't wake up at all the whole night was last night.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember when was the last time that happened.
Yeah. Being a caretaker is hard.
Oh, it's very hard. I've heard of being a caretaker, but I did not realize to the extent.
And we were told that it would be difficult, and we were told that, we heard about it. And we, intellectually, it's one thing to know something intellectually. It's another thing to go through the experience and then say, oh, now I get it. And so now you know what that is. What would you say is the hardest part of being a 24/7 caretaker?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I don't know. If we say it's challenging or it's difficult, what is that difficulty? Is it emotional, the difficulty? Is it just an exhaustion?
I think it's all of the above. It's emotional because you're seeing the person that you love completely just go downhill. So it's definitely emotional. It's very physical because the toddler, right? But you can carry a toddler. A toddler weighs, very little. with your mom. I mean, she was a thin woman, but still 100 pounds. But when you can't walk, and I would try to carry her, and I'd carry her, it was a lot. So physically, it was, yeah, mentally, just to keep myself going, because I never wanted in any way to show her that I was stressed, or for her to feel in any way that I was overwhelmed, which I was. At the end of the day, being a caretaker is very overwhelming. I don't want to like sugarcoat it.
Right.
Like I loved it. I wouldn't change it for the world what I did. Like I would Groundhog's Day it, but I'm not going to lie and sit here and say that it's not overwhelming and extremely challenging physically and emotionally and mentally. Like, yeah, you have to, it takes a lot to be able to do that and care for someone 24/7. I mean, the amount of love. And I think what happens is, like me, my level of caretaking, I neglected myself to care for her, to make sure she was okay. So, and I, like I said, I always wanted her to feel the best. So I would walk in the room and I'd sing her songs, like what day it is. And I'd have like this whole little dance routine for her, which she would laugh.
Yeah, it made her smile and laugh.
Oh man, she just loved wanting to know what day of the week it was because of the dance that I would do for her. And I'm a horrible dancer. So I would just make her laugh like big time. She's like, don't do that for Marco. I'm like, oh, don't worry. he knows how bad I am. And it's so sad because she like ended up getting to a point where I couldn't do those those dances didn't mean anything to her.
Yeah. And that's the horrible thing of dementia and Alzheimer's, and is watching the brain slip away.
It's like, it's almost like the sense of humor goes away.
Yeah.
There is no sense of humor.
Right.
At least not with her. There wasn't in those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the hardest things, is watching that decline.
Watching that decline. Yeah. It's like a personality. She was like, man, your mom was a firecracker. Like, this was a strong woman.
Yeah.
She was not a weak woman. Like, I mean, she was so independent. I mean, she was the matriarch of the family. Like, everybody went to her. So to see her at this like such a frail state mentally was rough watching. So yeah, being a caretaker, I would say, is difficult for all of the above reasons. But again, I wouldn't take it back for anything, because I have zero regrets. Like, zero.
I have zero
There's nothing,
regrets.
yeah.
I mean, it was difficult, for the whole family on different levels. I mean, I think you had probably the most on your plate as far as being overwhelmed, but because right, you bring someone into your home, just right there, you bring someone into your home, it obviously changes the dynamic of your home. So by us all moving together, and it's myself, it's Sam, it's so many kids we can't count, and then and then my mom moving in, and it's a lot, but I don't know, it felt right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It felt right, but it absolutely will. You have to be able to adjust.
Yeah.
You have to be able to adjust your schedule, your routines. You just have to be able to adjust. It's someone else living with you that now needs care. So for those of you, anyone like that is considering it, it is difficult, and it does take adjustment to go through. Just understand that. And it takes the right type of person to be able to be a caretaker. I don't think anyone can do it. Which is why we completely understand for people who make decisions to get help with a facility, because sometimes you need that help, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I just, the time we had with her and the time that she had with the grandkids and just, watching you and her become so inseparable. And
We had an amazing relationship.
Yeah, at the end, I mean, she didn't even need me anymore. She was, it was you and her. And so
I miss her telling me how salty my food is. She would always nag at me. Take away the salt from Sam.
my mom, again, it's where I get my sense of humor from too, for those who know me at that level. And it's, she did not pull back, and she wouldn't like come out and say, she wouldn't say, oh, Sam, I think you're putting too much salt in your food. She would say like, oh, I think we need to take away the salt from Sam. Like she would say like a sarcastic kind of joke.
Yeah, for sure.
In the direction of then digging in,
Oh yeah. She wasn't like nice about it, but she wasn't mean about it, but she was very
she'd always pick on me and how I looked.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was like, oh, honey, you look good. I mean, grungy, but good. Yeah, that was her sense of humor.
All right, I'll take that, I guess. It was such a witty sense of humor that I love. That's what I have. That's why I love my witty sense of humor. I get it directly from.
Yeah. I had a list of things that I was writing down, things that like Ma says, and I had given her this like stew that I had made, and she says, "Oh, are you going to write this one down? Okay, write this down. I like your stew, but it tastes so bitter." I literally wrote that down. I like your stew, but it tastes so bitter. She said, "Now write this down." Oh, you're going to write this down?
Nice.
Oh man.
Nice. I remember she would tell me, "Are you going to make coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Don't let Sam make it today. You make it." Sam makes it too strong.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't pull punches on anything.
No.
She said it how it was.
Yeah.
Oh man, but she made us laugh.
She did.
And those are the times that we're going to hold on to. Like those are the good times. And I think it was very cathartic for our kids. I mean, our kids are teenager and above, but I think for them, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, instead of having a remote grandmother for them that then, passes away, and it's like, they got to see her.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll always remember living with their grandma.
They'll always remember that, like living with her and her being here and part of everything that we did. So it was, it was something else. So we talked about it being overwhelming, being a caretaker, because, I'm sure others out there would consider it. It's like, oh yeah, well, when, I have a parent that, needs it, I'll help. And it's like, yeah, but there are some things you have to look out for. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking of being a caretaker? Like, what have you learned that you could pass on?
Wow. Okay. I've learned a lot of tips.
Yeah.
I love research. You know that I love research.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a lot of research, like during what are things that I can do to make it easier. But I learned how to, again, I learned a lot of nursing stuff. I'm like, I think I can go to nursing school. I do not want to go to nursing school. However, I think I learned a lot of tips. So advice to somebody that wants to be a caretaker, I would say, like to go into hospice caretaking?
Anything. I don't know. I mean, what have you...
In a facility?
There's going to be a lot... No. I mean, like people at home. Like you.
It's...
Like taking care of a loved one, a parent.
Oh my gosh, do it. It's the most rewarding thing because I learned, like I said, she became my best friend. I learned so much. I have so many stories. That's probably my favorite thing was just sitting and talking with her. You learn... I mean, she was 80 years old. She lived a life of 80 years.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that she told me. Things about you, how she met your dad. Like, they were two teens that he went up to her. Did you know that? He went up to her. He was interested in her first.
No.
Yeah. So it's just really cool to just have that. To have that from someone that's older and can tell you things that they've lived through. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's the beauty is just listening to stories
Well, yeah, and time spent. I mean, again, when we get to the end, like the end of someone's life, that final whatever, and it's the time you spend with each other, the love that you give. That's what matters. That's what, because when you pass on, I mean, and whatever you believe in of that, religiously, non-religiously, it doesn't matter. But like when you pass on, you're not taking any of this stuff with you.
Right.
None of it matters what car you drive or the clothes in your closet, or like, it doesn't matter how much stuff you've accumulated over it. It's, I mean, yeah, you pass it on to the next generation, but I think the lesson is the time spent is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And quality time. It's quality time.
It's quality time.
Not routine time, not whatever, not obligation time. But quality time.
I didn't just go in her room and like give her medication. Like I when I say I'm with her 24/7, you guys, like I was sitting, there was a chair in her room that I would sit in, and I'd spend all my time with her when we would watch TV and we'd just talk.
And you watch some of the dumbest movies.
Yeah, dumb movies. Yeah, she
loves like the Lifetime movies and the Hallmark movies. And
no.
Wasn't even that?
No, she actually hated those movies.
Did she?
They were too...
She would always watch them.
She watched them when she was done watching like darker stuff. She actually liked watching horror stuff. And I would tell her, Ma, you can't be watching that before you go to sleep. You're going to have nightmares. She liked watching like psychological thrillers type of stuff.
Okay.
That was like her go-to. Then she started after watching Hallmark movies, like Christmassy type of stuff to like, so that she wouldn't have nightmares and stuff. But no, her go-to was dark stuff. Actually, she the mushy stuff she did not like.
She didn't like
if
that.
there was a scene, and I've told you this before, because you're the complete opposite. You did not get this from her. If we were watching something and there was a scene of two people and it was a whole romantic moment, she would be like, "Oh my God, would you guys just get it over with? Would you stop talking about how much you love each other, and can we just get on with what's happening in this movie or this show?" And I was like, "Mom, but they're like confessing their love." I know, but we don't have to hear for so long. Like, she was just so funny like that.
Just cut to the chase and get it over.
Cut to the chase, yeah. Like skip over all the emotional stuff.
God.
That was funny.
I really, I had asked her so many times. I really wanted to get her on an episode of Truthful Talk. I wanted her to come on to this podcast. I even told her, "Ma, we'll bring all the stuff to your room. We'll do it right there." And she would not do it. But I'm hoping with all the recordings we have, I'm going to put some stuff together and we'll be able to let you all hear some of her wisdom. I have to go through it. We have hours upon hours upon hours of voice recording.
Oh, wow. Of stuff that
I would love to get some snippets of some things she says and put it on a future episode, just so everyone can hear just how she was. And I would love to share her, her voice and her wisdom and her humor and all of that out to everyone. So hopefully we can put that together for a future episode.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool. But yeah, going back to being a caretaker, I think I 100% think that anyone that's considering it should do it.
The positives outweigh the negatives.
The positives outweigh the negative.
And it's frustrating. There are times that you will be, as adult children dealing with someone, like your parent. It's frustrating. Because when they start reverting back, especially if you're dealing with Alzheimer's or dementia or something along those lines, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're not dealing with that, but you're dealing with something that is causing them to decline in health and they can't do what they used to be able to do, they're going to be frustrated.
Right.
The level of patience that you have to have is incredible. You have to be so
gentle,
calming and gentle. And just, understanding of what they're dealing with. They can't do very simple things that they used to be able to do. I remember she was so upset when she realized she wouldn't drive again.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like that when that realization hits, like I can't drive a car. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. So you have to have patience and you have to be able to adjust your schedule and what you're doing. And yeah, you might go off and have to work all day long, but then when you come home, this is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of having children in the beginning. It's like having a baby changes everything because all of a sudden that baby is 24/7 and you need to care for that child regardless of what else is going on.
And it makes me reflect to when we get older and we're in a position where, our kids are going to have to take care of us. Like, I tell them, sorry, you guys, if I ever get dementia, like, I am so sorry. Like, I apologize in advance.
Yeah.
But I want our kids to take care of us so deeply, with so much love and care as well. I don't want our kids to put us in a facility.
No, and I remember reading something. I forget. It was something I was reading, but it was about like this type of thing. And basically it was saying that as parents, treat your kids now how you hope they're going to treat you later when they're taking care of you. And the thing is if you're not treating your children well, they may not take care of you later. Right? That's the difference between having companionship and having someone and not in the end. Because not every parent deserves that. I know that sounds like a harsh thing to say, but listen, I deal with so many people and especially so many younger and at the colleges and everything else. I'm dealing with younger adults who have not had the best childhood. The parents have not been the best to them. And I look at how many parents don't treat their kids properly. And I'm like, that's not how it should be.
No.
It's a cycle. You should be treating your kids with the most utmost respect and love and pride and give them everything you possibly can to help them better their lives. And yeah, your kids are going to make mistakes. Of course they're going to make mistakes. We never stop making mistakes. Have patience with those mistakes. Help guide them. Or just tell them that they did something wrong. They already know they did something wrong. It's not up to that, but it's about how do you help them guide through it to get to the other side? Because I can tell you when the time comes when now an adult, 50-something-year-old person has to decide whether they're going to care for in-house the parent that didn't treat them well through their life. What decision are they going to make?
Yeah.
Are they really going to put themselves out to try to turn the tables and now treat you the way that you never treated them? So love begets love, and we have to do, to me, there's a lesson in that. My mom was always there for me. Always. She always had my back, no matter what. And we didn't always get along the best. I mean, it's our personalities. We're very strong personalities. Of course, we argued, especially when I was younger. And, I always thought I was right. She always thought she was right. So we argued, but she always had my back.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, now I had to have her back because she was always there for me, no matter what. No matter what. And it's like, I can't not have your back. You've always had mine. The success that we have, Truthful Acting Studios, the Theater on the Edge. I mean, everything we've done she's been there. Her advice, her support.
Yeah.
Her just, sometimes when I'm not the most confident and she's there to give me that boost of confidence. I mean, whatever it is, it was that was it that helped guide me to where I'm at. I mean, her relentless drive to live the life that she lived, we'll just say it like that. I mean, to do the things that she did in life, it was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. That drive to do that. So I think the lesson to be learned is, yeah, we want to treat our elderly, those that need that care, we want to treat them with absolute utmost love, respect, and everything else. And for the parents out there right now of young children, treat your kids with the utmost respect.
Yeah.
Give them the amount of love you wish you would have had. Because most of the time that it trickles down.
Yeah.
As a parent, you didn't get the love, so you don't necessarily give your kids that love.
Yeah, and the relationship that you have with your kids now, right, when they're young and they live with you, that the way that relationship that you have with them while they live with you is going to turn around and be the relationship that they have with you.
Yes.
When they don't live with you, when they're out and about living their life.
Right.
And have their life. So make sure you cultivate it because you're going to want it.
And if any of you have parents or family members or anyone that is getting up in age, please spend time with them. Make a phone call. Just what I mean, because not everyone's like close, right? They might live in a different state, a different country. Just one phone call. Send that text. Just spend a couple seconds and just do that. It makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. Yeah. And if they're in a living facility, visit them, please. It really means a lot because I know that for her, it did mean a lot. Like, you know, when she got to the point where she couldn't speak, I had this thing with her of like, squeeze my hand.
Yeah.
And, you know, the squeezes would get lighter and lighter. But she always knew like when we were there.
Yeah.
I would have her squeeze my hand. So I know like she could hear us.
Yeah.
So yeah, visit them because they know. They know who's there and they know who's talking to them.
Yeah. Well, back when I first had the idea and started Truthful Talk, this actually was part of it. It was like truthful conversations about difficult topics. And which is why I wanted to come on here today and talk about this. We've been dealing with this every day for the past week and a half. And of course, we've been dealing with it for months before that. But it's, the past week and a half has been difficult.
Yeah.
And we're finding our humor and we're finding it. We talk about her every day and celebrate her every day. But it's something that I think is cathartic to talk about. And hopefully our story can help somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to leave you today with that. But that's why we've been off for the past month. We're going to get back into a routine. It might be every other week for now, but we will get back into a routine of the episodes as we kind of refigure out
navigate
life and figure out what our normal schedule is going forward. Because right now everything is still just up in the air, not knowing what a routine is.
Yeah. I literally have no idea what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because you were 24/7 doing one thing. That one thing is no longer needs your attention. What do you do at your time? It's a difficult adjustment.
Yeah.
So, but we'll take our time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very thankful for you. Yeah. I'm very thankful for you and for everything that you did. And I know you did it with love. And there was no obligation to it. But I also know the love and the care that she received constantly because you were by her side. And I have just so much gratitude and love for you.
Yeah.
So, all right, everyone. We'll be back soon, hopefully. And I don't know. I'm sure there's still more to talk about on this subject. Not all of it will be as heavy as today, but yeah. But as we're navigating through, we'll be back. But hopefully you, again, reach out to the people you love, say hi to them.
Yeah.
Just tell them you love them. Mm-hmm. Send a quick text, say you love them. Life
just to
is
your
short.
Loved ones in general.
Yeah.
Just do it right now.
Do it right now. Just with your loved ones. Just take that moment. Just send a quick hello, I love you, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back soon. And then also remember, please treat yourself with kindness and treat those around you with kindness. It's especially important. And reward yourself for the risks that you take. All right. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.
If you like this episode of Truthful Talk, please consider sharing it with a friend or a family member and help us continue to grow our audience and reach as many people as we can. Thank you.
So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to free your mind, but I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.